Rumpus. This is, oh dear, I think it's January 31st. That is my guess. Let's see how well this goes. Yes, January 31st. So, January 31st, 2021. Well, excuse me if I look like, well, I generally look like hell in my videos, one way or another, but I don't know if it's worse. I feel like it's worse, so I'm gonna just put it in there. My apologies if I look worse than usual. I've been having horrible pain. Things have been going on here since last month when I gave just sort of the walk around of the apartment. I have kind of established a routine in the morning, like I had intended to do to continue after Serbia. I more or less go each day that they're open to a vegan spot that I can have coffee at and have a little bit of breakfast. And I sit there and I catch up on whatever on YouTube, and I draw. I'm back to doing some doodles, but I've been paying a lot of attention to, I said about a month or two ago, I think, that I would work on an actual drawing rather than just my doodles. And so that's been taking up a lot of effort. It's slow going, but fun and stressful. Well, I wouldn't say stressful, but that kind of intense focus way, whereas doodles are more just like, sometimes they get, but they're usually much more, it's not so much that I don't put as much effort in, because what makes a drawing versus a doodle doesn't vary based on the effort involved, but it's more of just how I feel about it. And doodles are more of a relaxed, even if I spend hours and hours upon little tiny details that nobody else in the fucking world will notice or care about, it's still not the same investment, emotional strain. And so I've been trying to fit in more doodling mixed in with the actual drawing. And that taps into the whole fact that I'm, for those who have been on my Facebook and different stuff, I am again pimping the fact that I opened a cafe press store for masks that have my doodles on them. And that collection is slowly growing. It's just called Doodles on Masks. It's cafepress.com/rumpus masks. I'll put linky-doo in the description thing. And I think they're cute. I really do. As a matter of fact, I am going to grab mine, because I'm not going to make this a whole, advertise my shit sort of video, but I am proud of it, because you do all these drawings and all these doodles and all this stuff just because it comes out of you all the time. And I had a really long drawing spell, and then suddenly being in Poland at one point, I got the urge to just start again, and I bought some pastels and a drawing pad and stuff, and that started it off. And then I got myself the new iPad Pro with the good little pencil after testing out another artist at the Belgrade hostel, and I loved it. It's so convenient to travel around with. That, drawing since you're a little kid, I've had things that have been for commercial use. I've had things that have been, commissioned, some that's, just sold or been volunteered for different events or different locations, or in trade, like doing my murals in the Belgrade hospital. Why do I keep calling it a hospital? It's been a little bit on my mind lately, hospital stuff. I'm not sick. I'm totally fine. It's just been related stuff going on. Those weren't part of the work exchange that I was doing because that was the cleaning portion. So like all my time on the hostel murals was really me doing it on my own time. But it was just so satisfying, and that's really, I'm gonna go on this for a little bit. It was so satisfying because when I first started working on it, it looked like shit, of course, the first one, because they always do when you get started. It doesn't matter what drawing it is, unless it's just like one of those magic easy flow sort of things. What I had in mind was one of those things that just, it looks horrible and painful when it starts. And I was really uncomfortable because the mural walls are like right there compared to the clerk's desk. And also none of the people there, the owners and the clerks and different stuff, had really seen much of my work, even though it's, it's online. And so I was like, oh God, I promise you this will look good. I promise, just have faith in me, please. And so I've got pictures online. You may have seen them or not. They're on my Instagram, and I posted them all over because I was very happy with them. But I ended up doing those 4 walls, and I made sure to do each one a different style, and I ended up just being so happy with them. They were hours upon hours upon hours of time. I mean, any individual one equaled out to 100 or 200 hours of effort. It was, especially the first one, because it was such a finicky little thing, that took a lot. The other ones, they added up in time, but they weren't the same, like, especially without that internal stress of like, this is going to be the first thing they see of mine. But after them being there, they like brightened up the color of the area, because everything is very new here, and it was all like blank white, so they had wanted stuff that would add color to the area, and people just really, really liked them, and it made me really happy. People were like stopping to get pictures taken with them, and I got a lot of compliments, and I was so pleased when all 4 of them finally got done. And one of the owners there, said different ways by different people, Sasha by some, and Sandra by others. I met her as Sandra. She kind of like walked by each of them, and she's like, I like the murals. I'm like, oh, thank you. And that was just like really pleasing, because it was kind of like in passing almost, and it was very chill, and I think really well of her as far as her opinion on that sort of thing. So it made me happy, and that's kind of what it's been with the mask thing. When I was leaving there, I had a bunch of physical drawings, doodles, scribbles and whatnots that I'd done in my drawing pad, and I just had to get rid of them. I took pictures of them to put, in storage online, but I had not, I wasn't going to carry them with me. It's like, I've got records of them. Why would I live out of one backpack. I can't save and carry around everything. And honestly, in my opinion, beyond having records for like my portfolio pages and all this different stuff, they're not worth carrying around, because they're just things that just sort of like flow out, And so I gave them up for people to, just decide like, hey guys, here's these. If anybody wants them, grab them. And people are like asking me how much they cost and different things, and I'm like, no, just I need to get, just take, you're doing me a favor. And they're like, why? And I'm like, well, they're gonna end up in the garbage if nobody, feels like buying them. They're like, why aren't you taking them? I'm like, again, like, one bag, there's just, and I, like, eventually, like, after a couple more trips, places, I switched entirely to this iPad. And, like I said, I've over in the past done, different commercial work for it of one form or another. Commissioned drawings, paintings, my own just comes out of me stuff for that sort of thing, paid, non-paid, traded, like I said, and it's not like, I haven't gotten, logos and trademark images and different things, and those too. It's all sorts of stuff. But I never really thought about it in a truly commercial manner. It's been more that this is just what I do by nature. It's not really like a active choice. It just sort of, my hands have to do it. My brain has to just throw this stuff out. And I know that other artists can like totally relate, whether it's, image creating, or if it's sound, or if it's, whatever your art form is, writing, it just sort of like, it's just something in there that just has to like, it just does its own thing. And so with the mask thing, I've been collecting masks for a while, which I put some pictures up, and I've been getting like different fun ones from different things, and different more serious ones from, plain, and really, ones with jokes, and finally I was just kind of like, I would like to see some of my own stuff on this, because people have expressed liking some of these, pictures and things, and I want more variety to go with, because they're totally part of my, like, my look, they're accessories hardcore. I enjoy them just for the accessory factor. Like I said, long before I started wearing like a mask before the COVID thing had started, and there weren't much for options, let me tell you, before that, and at least not like groovy ones. So it's been exciting to see like the branch out in looks that COVID has started with it. And so I was just like, well, I've used stores like Cafe Press and stuff for other things over the years, why don't I apply my own doodles to the mask thing? And then I, hopefully other people who like it will buy, and I'll be able to get my own stuff for me. And while it's been going for month-ish, 2 months, and really just family and friends have bought, and of course me, like I said, I'm going to show you. I have been doing, some advertising and stuff, and that hasn't really been successful, but I'm realistic about it. It's like, not everybody's going to be into this kind of thing, and not everybody's going to love my type of work. So, but it's been fun to just do, because seeing them in the store image as something not that's just like the drawing itself, but placed on, like I said, I've had the Cafe Press stores for different things before, or Cafe Press and other companies that do the same thing. But these have been really kind of different because of, the shape and size and, and how things apply. And it's kind of made me see the same doodles in a new way. So it's given kind of a different feeling and perspective towards the stuff that I make. And so that's been like, I can't explain it properly what that difference is. I'm sure that other artists and whatnots can hopefully understand what I mean, where it's just like something that you make in one medium and one mindset, and then you move it into something that you totally hadn't thought about it ever going towards. And you look at it and go, oh, this really kind of changes my headspace when I see them. And it hasn't affected my doodle style because I just do whatever comes out, So I don't make masks, I don't make doodles in mind of if they're going to be put on the masks. But it's still very exciting when I do some doodles and I apply it to the mask thing and I'm like, oh my goodness, that works. It totally So there's that. But I'm going to show you my mask collection. I put up pictures of this every so often, and these aren't just mine. I'll point out, it's gonna be obvious which ones are mine and which ones aren't. But I'll show you kind of, what I've got going on for my stuff. Oh, and yeah, more on the Pimping My stuff. They're cotton and they come with insertable mask replacements that you can, easily buy more of on Amazon or all over the place. Just slip those puppies in after the ones that come with it are gone. Nose bridge shaper, ear loop adjusters, very handy dandy. So that's good things about them, as well as, being pretty nifty. But my mask collection in general, so a lot I've been seeing of me online, just living with them. Here's this one. That was one of my earliest ones that I had. What company makes that? Bog mask. It's very comfortable. It's thick. It's good thick filter. It's comfy. And then there's this that I got later. I might as well take off my glasses. This is a Cambridge mask. Again, thicker one, quite comfy. I have a second Cambridge mask. Let's see where I'm thinking of a particular one. Here's another fog mask one. Fog mask one. This has been in pictures. I really like this because it's got kind of scale details and it's also the rainbow color set up. I have a Prince one, which says, "The dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life." And one of the micronations that I'm a part of, Albania. And then downstairs there's a pharmacy that I go to, and for self-promotion and general health safety, they give out free masks. And what is that? Not the prettiest, but it is quite comfy and it's good shape. Who's gonna say no to free? The green will probably go with something at some point. This This I have in black, and then I also, I believe, have a like a gray color that's back in the U.S. I have to have it shipped to me. But this is very neat because it has the well, you see the vents like most of them have. It has inserts that block the vents. It has replaceable specialized filters, which of course you have to buy the filters from them because of the way they're made to go when you're working with the style of mask that it is. However, this is so comfortable and so many layers and just so, I've been really pleased with it. It was so, like, the nose bridge thingy has memory foam to cushion and to make sure, like, if you have glasses that you get a good seal. And and they come with these, well, they don't come with you have to pay like $5 more. The adjustable and removable with Velcro headbands, which I prefer to the ears because, well, first of all, the whole like pointed ears makes very many ear things uncomfortable. But also just, the pulling we all deal on with. So the strappy I take off and like throw it on whatever mask I'm wearing that day. But yeah, this is by Aus Air. They're expensive, but like I said, they have changeable filters. The filters also come, they come plain and then with like 3 different options of like essential oil scents, which honestly fades quite quickly. So my thought, when I bought it, I bought with a few replacing filters that had the scents to give them a try, and then a whole bunch of plain ones. And that's what I'm going to do in the future is I want to replace stuff. Is I'm just going to keep getting the plain ones because I already own essential oils. I can just like put a little in there and I'm good for whatever I specifically need that day for my anxiety or just pretty spells. Let's see. Oh, Good People Hostel, the Belgrade hospital, Jesus, hostel that I was all talking about. Last time when I was working there, they gave me a the reusable shopping bag sort of thingy. They had their logo, and this time they were such sweethearts as to give me one of their logoed masks. See? So that was very sweet of them, as I have my growing collection. And then, what is the name of this again? I know the artist is Nathan Pyle. I don't know if it's Weird Planet or something like that. But you can find him on Facebook. It's Nathan Pyle with a Y instead of an I. And his stuff is just funny as heck. I mean, just it points out the absurdities of humans in a really kind of gentle, playful way. But I got this one, which has a little dude sitting on a radio and says, "Their rage brings me joy," which I think is very fitting for many of our types of music, and certainly mine. And especially since when I bought it and it arrived, I was doing like a lot of Marilyn Manson 9 Inch Nails. I'm like, yeah, fair enough. But yep. And for my yoga side, this one. And it says, "I'm folding myself to make myself more foldable." And there's this one that just says, "Wow." It's kind of a mood, And then these ones are mine, as in my designs. I think that's quite pretty. And some of these come in like multiple different color patterns, but I just am showing off the ones that I got on hand. Some of these haven't been worn yet, so the shaper isn't shaped. And last one. Oh, no, not last one. I have one more on my door. Because it's the one that I hang by the head strap. The one that at least one of some design on my door handle so that I don't forget to grab and throw one on as I'm going out. But yeah, this is the last one that I've got. So that is my full mouse collection except for the one gray double that I have that is probably in my Houston mailing location. My shipping, storage, and forwarding company that I work with since like 2017. I'm very happy with them. Called U.S. Global Mail. I need to, since I'm going to be here in Tirane and just this general area for quite some time, I need to open one of the ones that has both a United States and a European shipping address option, or even just like if I can find proper pricing, stick with my global mail ones, because it'd be a bitch to change over all of those addresses on everything. Plus, like I said, I've been very happy with them. And then like get a separate one in Europe, because getting things shipped to Albania and Serbia is so expensive. It's like $50 to start with, and then add customs and normal package shipping costs, and so right now, of course, COVID, I'm just sort of like, just ship it here and I'll pay the money if I'll wait until I really need the item and then just suck it up. But if things get, a little more flowy, but I'm still, hopping around the Balkans at that point with more freedom with COVID going down, hopefully, if we get back to that kind of thing, it will allow me to travel the area and stay at different places in the area and, have stuff shipped to Europe, and then be able to just be like, oh, I've been in Bulgaria, and I have such and such that's been shipped to Germany. I can just make a cheap bus trip over and get it. It's just so much easier. So much less expensive to send it to the main portion of Europe. Here it's tricky. Going back to my glasses, because my anxiety has been causing a lot of pain, and it also causes the muscles tensing around my eyes makes it so that my eyesight goes bad when my anxiety is bad enough, and so anxiety day, and so everything's been kind of reading anything up close has been a bitch, doing anything up close has been a bitch. I've been mostly just living life here in Tirane. I have done wander about for tourist reasons a bit, but it's largely been a just living here situation, because I got here during the holidays, and then there are a lot of things that I want to do, but we've settled into a really cold period. So that doesn't even make going to the park fun. And a lot of stuff is, of course, still shut down. But I'm looking forward to the summer. Well, not even necessarily the summer, but the spring when, speaking of the shipping thing, my darling friend Roxanne has my primary camping gear stored at her house, and I was going to like grab it during the trip back this year, and of course couldn't. And I got here, and the mountains are like right there on one side of the city, and they are just screaming it to me because free camping is allowed here, wild camping. And so weather becomes nice enough, I will be going out and killing myself, climbing up and down the mountains and living out of my tent. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And that I'm home cooking, working on the doodling. Life is really quiet. I've been keeping track with some of my friends that I know in real life online. I've been making some new friends that I don't know in real life online. I honestly don't have much else to say because life is just so quiet right now. There's not much that I can go out and do besides, normal grocery running and, go get a cup of coffee or breakfast or, just normal life stuff. There's not a lot to do. I mean, I take walks around the city to just like walk around the city. Try different paths and stuff and see different areas. And the city is so very comfortably walkable that you can really have a nice day just wandering. So that's been good. On the days that it's not like freezing, which it can get quite warm, but it's like rare right now. But on the days that like a good zip up your coat and stuff, and walk around and have a nice time. Just bopping about. Still doing the Grumpy Cat updates. I think we just passed 310. I haven't decided what we're gonna do for today. I slept until noon and I slept almost the entirety of yesterday because it was just, I felt so bad. So bad. The anxiety that I don't have a real, solid reason for right now has been really kind of taking my energy and taking my functioning out of me a whole bunch. So, just for fun today, I've been doing my nails again, and it's kind of excessive. I admit. I did my each foot differently because it's not seriously doing them. It's just been play around doing them. But this, see, it's got a little shiny bitsy boos on each of them. And then I'm gonna put back on that slipper to my blushy. And then the other one is just, I use the same base gray, but I put lines on it. See, the pink. So, so there's been that. I'll try to get some more video of me actually out and about doing things. But like I said, it's been so quiet. What can you do? That's sort of life right now. Anything else that's actually important that's not just Not going to be just total and complete rambling. Things are still good with the landlord. Very nice people. Planning to get together for coffee/tea sometime shortly, and I need to pay my rent for the month. And the bathroom light died yesterday, so I forgot to ask him about that. Yeah. Horror month with one of the reactors I enjoy, one by the name of Jamie Briggs. You can find him on YouTube, and then he has a Patreon, which he's really cool. He's a genuinely nice guy. His reactions are a lot of fun. We're doing like watch-alongs now with different members. We do the teleparty thing with Netflix and talk on Discord at the same time, and it's a fun thing. So if you're into that kind of stuff, check it out. But he's decided to try to do like each month for a bit a genre for people to request certain movies, or for doing certain kind of videos, and he chose horror first, and he's about on horror like I am, where it's just like, and if it's like paranormal, it's like, fuck that shit. So, suggestion line came up. Being the good and caring and gentle soul that I am, knowing that he has much the same reaction triggers and whatnot as I do, I went ahead and went kind of easy on him and suggested for my first suggestion for, part of the voting on that people would be doing was The Exorcist. And it's gotten good votes. So that's totally gotta be done. So I'm afraid, because that's gonna scare me even watching it after I've watched it a bunch of times and watching somebody else's reaction to it. That's gonna still be scary for me. But that soft and sweet caring side of me was like, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna fuck him up. So, but another one that somebody put out there and got good votes is Alien, which, like I said there, I don't really consider a horror movie. To me, it's more just a sci-fi suspense, but I can appreciate why other people would put it into the horror category, because I know it's kind of ambiguous. So I'm looking forward to that, because that's just, I really enjoy the not, let's just say the first 4 Alien movies, and specifically the first 3. The 4th one was, but once I got, past this, Sigourney Weaver, Ripley focus thing, I just totally lost interest. So that's gonna be fun. I can't remember what the third one was, because he's doing the top 3, but we've got Exorcist, Alien, and I think The Haunting or something. Yeah. So that's something I'm looking forward to. This apartment has big mirrors. One, I'm afraid of the dark indoors. I went through that period as a child, got over it, and then became afraid of it again. I'm not going to go into all the whys, because people will, for the most part, think I'm stupid or crazy. And why bother? Let's just leave it at, I have reason to be afraid of the dark indoors. I don't like it. Dark outdoors? Fine. Dark indoors? Not a fan. And mirrors, for some similar related reasons. As I got older, became not a fan. And I mean, I can use it for, makeup and dressing and stuff, but after a horror movie situation, that's not gonna be good in this house. So I figured out they supply quite large towels for the apartment. So towels are gonna be going over the mirrors. So at least the main two, the one that like dominates the living room and the one that dominates the bathroom, that you can't avoid either one of them. So yeah, I'm both afraid of the dark indoors and going to be putting towels over the mirrors in my house because it's Watch Horror Movies Month. Yeah. So that's everything. Everything else is pretty boring. It's just like household cooking shit and that's the update with me. I will try to find something more exciting at some point. Apologies again for kind of like looking worse than usual because I do not feel well. That's everything. So, goodbye to everybody, especially my deltas, but to anybody else who bothers to watch this. Take good care of you.